Well, what are you eating? Who cares? What's up, Scarecrew? This your girl Teresa, and I am back with another video. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on so that you will be notified every time I post a video. And be sure to like the video as well so that you can see more posts by me on your feed. So today I want to go through 10 mistakes that I made when I first came over to the dark side, when I first became a vegan. So I'm not gonna hold y'all, let's get right into it, starting with number 10. Not checking the label on all my food items. I love Cape Cod chips. I loved the originals. My husband started eating them first. Then after a while, we started trying different flavors. One day I tried I wanna say it's cracked pepper. And I was like, I really like these chips. And my aunt looked at the label and said, wait a minute, these have milk in them, so they're not vegan. When I tell you, I was crushed. I was crushed. Sometimes I can tell that I could tell that I ate something wrong because my stomach would be messed up. I can't really remember in this particular instance, but potato chips you would think wouldn't have milk in them. Well, all I can say is be careful and check the label on everything. Not just things that you think might be. Check everything. Number 9, poor meal planning. I found myself in a place where it was difficult because I was working really long hours, and then I would come home and I did not have the energy to make me something to eat. And because also I was new to being a vegan, it wasn't like I just really knew what to kind of like whip up in my kitchen and be like, okay, I'm gonna eat this tonight. I mean, yeah, you know, like you can go to Walmart and buy some steamed vegetables where you can make like some rice and corn and broccoli or something. Like in the beginning, those were the things that like I could think of, right? Because I didn't really know what to eat as a vegan. Like most of the time, what people who aren't vegan, the first thing they think of is you're eating salads, you're eating broccoli, celery, and carrots. Like people don't really think about what it is, what veganism really is. At least I didn't. Like this was not no walk in the park for me. I had to learn, I had to try to figure it out. So those days that I didn't properly plan, I did see myself going to Chick-fil-A and ordering 2 large fries just to hold me over until just to get through the night, right? Or like going to get a salad from Zaxby's, telling them to hold the cheese and then putting my own dressing on it, and praying that they don't accidentally slip some chicken in there. Like those are the types of things that I was going to do when I wasn't properly planning my meals out. It is not easy to just go to a restaurant and be like, hey, I'm vegan, do you have anything for me to eat? There is not much on the menu for people like us. Unless you want to eat some stale broccoli that they warmed up in the microwave, or some french fries that they probably dumped in grease with chicken nuggets. I mean, and then there are some instances where I could go to a restaurant, and nowadays, like a lot of restaurants do have Beyond Burgers, or veggie burgers, period. So sometimes I might have done that, but it really wasn't like the healthiest way to go. And sometimes that wasn't even what I was even in the mood for. So I had to learn quickly, like if you want to eat and you want to eat good, you have to meal prep. Some weeks I'm great at meal prepping. Other weeks, not so much. Number 8, I was not open to new foods. Being a vegan, there's so many new dishes and foods to try, but if you're scared to try new foods, then you're gonna feel like there's nothing to eat. I missed out on a few things when I first became a vegan. And one thing in particular that I have to highlight is avocado. It was green, it looked mushy, and I honestly was afraid to try it. And the first time I did, I loved it. I loved the taste of guacamole. I loved the taste of, there's a vegan smoothie recipe that I learned online where I add a little bit of vanilla extract and some sweetener, and it pretty much kind of tastes like vanilla ice cream. Vegan version anyway. I mean, obviously nothing's gonna taste like cow, but it tasted pretty close. It was pretty good. And I do like tofu when it's prepared properly. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know how to prepare tofu every which way, because I don't. The only way I know how to prepare tofu is scrambled tofu, and even then I don't even know if I make the greatest version of it, but it's edible to me, and you know, I'm all right with it. But you have to be open to trying new things. I was not open at first, and I realized how limiting that was. Number 7, I wanted everything to taste like the real thing. I wanted my veggie burgers to taste like a real burger. I wanted my vegan chicken to taste like real chicken. I wanted my vegan cheese to taste like real cheese. That was one of the ideas that I realized I had to let go of. Here's the thing, if you wanted to taste like a real burger, then go eat a real burger. That's something that I had to learn to get over. I didn't go vegan just because it was a fad or because everybody else was doing it. I went vegan for my own health reasons, because I wanted to get better. It was also a plus that, you know, hey, you know, I could possibly help the environment. I did it for health reasons. I was still holding on to the idea of, oh, I want to be healthy, but I want to eat this burger. I want to be healthy, but I still want to eat chicken. And I had to realize that it was like, Trish, you can't have both. Veggie burgers and like faux chickens and stuff, those are items that are more of like a transition. But in reality, like as a vegan, that shouldn't be what the intention is. And I had a hard time admitting that it's not going to taste like the real thing, and that's okay. And once I let go of that idea, it helped to push me forward and keep me vegan. This leads me into number 6. Vegan does not necessarily mean healthy. There are vegan burgers, vegan chicken nuggets, cookies that you can bake, Oreos that you can buy in the store. There is a lot of vegan junk. Vegan junk food is everywhere. Vegan does not necessarily mean healthy. You do have to practice a well-balanced diet. Number 5, I thought going vegan was going to help me lose weight. Veganism alone is not going to help you lose weight if that is your goal. Before I went vegan, I was heavier. I lost a lot of weight over time. First, I started with my diet, and then I slowly started exercising. I got a gym membership. I started working out with a trainer.
Then the pandemic hit.
I stopped going to see a trainer. I started drinking more wine. A lot of my weight came back. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I always eat a well-balanced diet, because I don't. Sometimes I eat junk like every other person. I'm a normal human being. I'm not gonna sit here on the internet and act like all I ever eat is healthy all the time. That's not the case with me, but I try. Obviously the pandemic lasted a while, right? Hell, we're still kind of going through it when you really think about it. And I'm having a hard time getting back on the horse. Every now and again I'll make it to the gym, and then work will get hectic, and then I will forget about the gym. But I'm going back to the office. Going back into the office will motivate me to want to work out more, because I'll already be out. This way I'll get up extra early in the morning, go work out in the gym, come home, take a shower, get ready for work, and then be about my day. So I think that I could try to get back on track a little bit more, getting out of this house. That leads into number 4. I thought veganism was going to cure me of my ailments. If I have not mentioned it before, I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome or polycystic ovarian disease. I have polycystic ovaries, and I thought that being vegan was going to help my disease. While it alleviated some of the symptoms, it did not fully go away. For a long time, I was going without a cycle, like 4 or 5 months at a time without a cycle. Going vegan helped bring that back, which was great. But I still have other symptoms of PCOS. Some people may not know, but with PCOS, some people have thinning hair where their hair starts to fall out, male pattern baldness from PCOS. That is one of the things that I struggle with. Even though I'm taking vitamins, my hair is still falling out, which is another reason why I try to keep it in braids to try to like cover it. But my hair falls out. Another symptom that I have experienced is hirsutism, and that is where women get hair in places that they shouldn't. You know, the chin area or the chest. I don't really see it here in my chest. Some women get it there, but I do get it growing under my chin. Changed my diet and everything to see if maybe that would help for it to stop growing, but it doesn't. It's hormonal. It is what it is, and that was one of the things that I had to accept. Veganism is not going to cure everything that I'm going through, unfortunately. As much as we wanted to, like they say, oh, it's all in the food, and a lot of the times it is. It's not gonna cure us of everything, especially if we're predisposed to it. I was predisposed to PCOS because it is something that runs in my family. So, number 3. Feeling like I had to explain myself to everyone around me whenever I would eat a meal. Don't feel like you always have to explain yourself to people. It didn't matter like if I was out to eat somewhere, I went to a friend's house, or even if I was just at work, you know, I would just warm up my food. Or if I'm out to eat, you know, of course I'm looking on the menu to figure out what I can eat and what I have to ask the waitress or waiter if they can take out of the meal. It seemed like if I was eating something that was different than everyone else, I'm always getting a bunch of questions like, so what is that? What are you eating? Why are you eating that? Is it good? It smells funny. It just kind of got a little bit annoying to always feel like you have to explain health reasons and PCOS and I want to have a baby one day. It got repetitive where sometimes I just wanted to sit and eat. And I just felt like I always had to explain that. But as time went on, I realized, no, Trish, you don't have to do that. If you're hungry, just eat. Like, people can ask, what are you eating? Turn it around like, what are you eating? They don't explain to you every time they eat a burger, like, hey, I'm eating a burger because I really like burgers. Like, who cares? Just eat your food. Don't feel like you have to explain it just because somebody asks. I would get anxiety over it. Like, not everybody, but some people had ill intentions and it would give me anxiety. Great, they're gonna say something rude that I'm gonna have to try to defend myself now. Like, when in reality, you don't have to do all of that. You don't even have to answer the question. Number 2, trying to get some of the people around me to try some of my vegan recipes. I did get some positive responses on like why I was vegan and some of the things that I was eating, and people seemed interested in it. So I'd be like, hey, you know, if you want to try this, you know, I made this, you know, let me know what you think. And sometimes people would try stuff, and then other times they'd be like, oh, okay, and then they wouldn't try it, and it's like, you know, that's okay. To each their own, you don't have to. But even though they were positive and open and receptive, it doesn't mean that I had to, you know, go out of my way to make something for someone. You don't have to do all of that, because in a way it's still like you're explaining yourself. You don't have to do that. Like, I don't do that anymore. I'm not making vegan food for nobody. Like, ask my husband and kids. He cooks them dinner, I make my own dinner, and I do not like to share, because I don't like my food wasted. I just make food for me, what I want to eat, and I keep it pushing. And last but not least, number 1, thinking that I had to do it alone. There are YouTube videos, there are blogs, there are social media frenzies and social media influencers that talk about veganism and what they eat on a day-to-day basis all the time. I get it. But seeing those things, especially like some of the influencers, they've been doing veganism for so long that somebody coming off the street that says, hey, you know what, I'm interested in trying to go vegan, but I'm having a hard time. When you look at some of those influencers, because they've been doing it for so long, they do not make it look easy. I don't care what you say, they do not make it look easy. And they're making all these intricate meals that most people first coming to veganism are like, what the hell is that? At least that was my thought with a lot of the stuff that I was seeing. So it was kind of hard in the beginning, and I still kind of felt like I was doing it alone. Like for the first month, I didn't even tell anybody that I was even doing it. Like my husband was making dinner and I was pretending like I was eating the food because I didn't want to tell him that I was vegan at first, because I thought that, you know, it was gonna be like this big thing. We were gonna have a big discussion about it, and I just didn't want to do that. But things got better when I elicited the help of a dietitian. You can try to figure it out with all of the resources that are in front of you. I still felt like I needed help. So what I did was I found a dietitian who specialized in women with PCOS, as well as those with special needs diets like vegan and vegetarian. And it helped me navigate, it helped me figure out how to properly balance a meal for one. And my dietitian actually, she holds me accountable as far as like my meals every day, making sure that I'm actually even eating a meal every single day, more than just one. Like, am I eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Am I trying to balance it out? Am I making sure that I'm getting fiber in there? What nutrients is in each meal? Like, do I have a protein? Do I have a fat? Those types of things that I wasn't even like thinking about. And I know it sounds like second nature, but just having a dietitian help guide me, that was very helpful. Yes, there are resources out there, but if you feel overwhelmed, don't feel like you have to do it alone. You can always consult with somebody. Even if you just have a vegan friend that you can just reach out to and say, you know, I need help. I want to try this thing, but I don't really know what I'm doing and I need a little bit of guidance. Like there are forums out there, like there's tons of help. Just get it. Don't give up. A dietitian may not be for you, but it helped me tremendously. That is all that I have for you today. Please make sure, if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime I drop a video, and like this video so that you can see me on your feed. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.